What's up, gamers? The summer is starting to end, so you know what that means. It's time to review this season of anime. And I'm gonna be pretty honest, this season was kind of disappointing. So as an added bonus, I will be ranking each show. First, we got Exploration Hero. So one day in Japan, dungeons start like appearing. So what do they decide to do? Turn them into theme parks and then let 15-year-olds explore. We meet our MC, who's an explorer, and bro spent like 2 years in here, and all he managed to like kill like 2 slimes a day, so he's a fucking bum. But on his 1,000th kill, for some reason, one of the slimes straight up like drop like gotcha. So he decides to use a summon, and then because this show's dog shit, it's a lolly. He ends up getting like another lolly, and then they go around the dungeon fighting monsters and shit. But I have to say, this MC is one of the most pathetic main characters I've ever seen in like an anime. One, he goes around with this fucking bug spray shit, buys every monster with fucking bug spray like a goofball. And then 2, anytime they get into a fight and he gets hit like once, bro fucking basically dies. Next show has this long ass name I can't be bothered to read. But basically the show is about this guy who quits his job at the guild to become an adventurer. He ends up training under like the most powerful party. So he thinks he's like actually like super weak. But it's like the anime trope where like he's actually super strong compared to everyone else. And it's a pretty dog shit show. So you might be asking, why did I watch it? Well, it's because there's boobies in it. Speaking of titties, we got Plus Size Elf, which is an ecchi show, which we haven't gotten one in like a minute, which I feel like should be like an anime law. There should always be an ecchi show each season. As for the show, it's no isekais reviewers, it's no masterpiece, but it's alright, it's not very good. Next is No Longer Allowed in Another World, which is based off a real guy who actually killed himself. So this decided to throw his ass into like a fucking isekai, but I have to say, they give him 2 baddies, I don't want to fuck him. All I'm saying is that if my ass dies too, I wouldn't mind the same fate. Next we got is Failure Frame, which is your typical overpowered, edgy isekai. Overall, I liked it, but it's just slop. There was nothing special to it. Next we got... So I've never really been a fan of these type of anime like Nikucho or Lucky Star. Now because of all the memes, I kind of had to watch the show. I had to say it was pretty good. There's some jokes that definitely hit. Next is 2.5 Dimensional Subjunction, which I went into the show thinking it was going to be like a trashy like romance anime. But instead the show's like more focused on cosplay. And holy shit, do they just fucking gap every fucking episode. Like for example, this one episode when this girl's doing cosplay, and then another girl shows up next to her, so she just fucking crashes out and has like this whole mental breakdown, and then we have to listen to her fucking dog shit backstory that I don't give a fuck about. Next we got Ayla Hides Her Feelings in Russian. The show is your standard slice of life romance anime. Nothing too crazy happens in it. I don't know why, but this show really reminded me of like Love is War, especially how like the characters interact with each other. I also really like the MC, he was pretty chill. Plus he's got mommy issues, which goddamn, I wouldn't mind having issues with his mom. Speaking of romance shows, next we got Too Many Losing Heroines. So anime is about like the girls who don't get picked by like their MC as like best girl, which the show knows what it's doing because it makes the main girl have short blue hair. I mean, come on now. And with a concept like that, you would think the show would be like a trashy harem anime, but it's actually not. And like at times, it straight up feels like a movie. And lastly, for original shows, we got Elusive Samurai. The show is about this kid, Tokiyuki, and he's the son of the Shogun. But his dad's actually like a puppet leader, so he's just used by others. But Tokiyuki doesn't really give a fuck about any of this shit, because that means he can just fucking chill all day. So his clan ends up getting betrayed, and then he's like being hunted down. And it leads to like this really sick sequence. And whenever there's gore in anime, it really fires my monkey neuron brain. And the anime keeps up this smooth animation throughout like the whole show. And every fight scene is just like has so much like swag and style to it. Especially this one fight on like episode 8. Like it's such like a cool and like unique fight. So I highly recommend watching this show. Now for continuing anime, we got Tower of God season 2. Which when I saw season 1, I was like so entranced by the world. And that was mainly due to like the detailed background and like just like the in-depth characters. Like it gave the world so much life and like felt lived in. So when I saw season 2 was coming out, I was pretty hyped up. Now I did the usual anime weeb thing and didn't watch the trailers because they're usually pretty dog shit. So when I showed up for episode 1 and the art style was different, I was pissed off, dog. Now I was gonna give the show some time to cook, and 12 weeks later, it's pretty fucked up. Like this show is ass, it's dog shit. It's just super fucking disappointing to see. Like they fucked this shit up, dog. Now for a season 2 that didn't disappoint, we got Oshinoko continuing right where it left off. I really liked the whole theater arc. I thought it was pretty good. And similar to last season, it just had like a lot of great character moments. And I really liked the one scene where Akane figures out that Ruby and Aqua are Ai's children. And I also found it interesting how the show keeps on showing different creative fields. Like, they really go into depth. Next, we got is Spice and Wolf, which you probably have heard this show from all the Unk Annie-tubers. Now, I didn't really have any expectations for the show, but it was actually pretty good. It had a nice, like, comfy vibe to it. And there was no other factors of why I watched this show. Next, we got Slime Isekai. So yeah, like I said last time, this season was pretty boring, and hopefully the next season will actually have like shit going on, or maybe like a war. And lastly, we got My Hero Academia. Now, I kind of been a D1 hater of the last few seasons, but I actually liked last season's arc with like Deku Batman. So I was actually kind of hyped for this season. But once again, they do this war arc. But this time it's 10 times shittier because there's like 6 fucking battles going on. Like 30 different fucking characters we're following. Like the pacing is just fucked up. Also, like all the fights are like pretty dog shit. The only good one so far was like the Deku fight and the Bakugo fight. Also, the League of Villains was pissing me off this season. They always got some ass pull. Like, they're the definition of this meme.
Let's go! I'm sick of her ass! I'm sick
Like,
of
I swear to God, bro, MC Mike is a fucking op, dude. So he takes out Splinter and stops him from, like, awakening, like, the teleport guy. And then he has all this fucking time, no pressure, and then he just fucking sells for, like, no reason. That, for real, pissed me off. But I have to say, it had one of the most hype moments of the season when my boy, Gentle Not Like Us, BBL Drizzy Criminal showed up, dude. Like, I was actually popping off. I also found it really funny in the anime they cut away from like one of the fights to show like all like the side movie characters. Like, these motherfuckers are not on the team. Yeah, and that should be about it for this season. Here's all the rankings. Now, this shouldn't really change unless something crazy happened.